Hey, hello everyone. I hope so you guys could listen to me. Let's continue webuild today also. Let's hope we make some progress. We were we were planning to rebuild it. I don't know how far we did, but at least that was the plan. Let's restart the server. Yeah. Let's open it in VS Code. Okay. And we did code the store. The problem was the store was coming undefined, so this whatever like get DOM instance was not working for us. This function get DOM element by ID was not working for us, so we did a workaround. So we'll see what can we do with it today. So yeah, let's code this. um I don't know what's happening. Okay, good. Let's see, what did we build yesterday? I don't know why is it not appearing. The stream should appear over here. There you go. Is anyone here? No one is here. It says chat rate 1, but I cannot see anything. Learn more. Got lost. Cool. So yeah, chats will be appearing over here. Will I guess so? We'll see chat over here. Got it. Great. So let's open localhost port 5174. I think 73. That's the port I'm working on. Yeah, great. So we have this, and now what we want is we want the ability to create our DOM using like these components, right? So we want to add these components to the DOM, and then we want to we basically extract it as HTML, which we already wrote the function for in, I don't know, very like a month back or something like that. So we'll continue on these things. Let's see what can we achieve. It's gonna be fun, I guess. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll just simply check whether did we achieve so let's open the console, and we have an array and we have a root. So if I just click on button, we have some errors, and these are the errors we have to fix right now. Oh, you can't see the error. Wait, where can I move myself? I don't know. Oh, why can't I select myself? That's kind of weird. Okay, just some sort of issue with this. I don't know. Let it be like this. Okay, so you want to see the error? This is the error. Cannot, whatever, cannot read properties of undefined reading DOM. The same error. So let's go to the sidebar and let's see what is the issue. So once we click add element, it just becomes angry at us. So why does it become angry at us? Let's see. So when we go to add element, it just tries to give this .dom, which is undefined, which is pretty weird. Why will this .dom be undefined? Let's log this over here. Let's see what happens. So we have sidebar at 8, and I can clearly see that. Oh wait, hold on. How come this is the DOM? Okay, this is pretty weird. This is the components, right? This is the, let's try to keep it a little bit clean by having everything like a little bit separated. Components, right? That's an array of components. Array of component, right? And then what we can do is we can just we can take this entire thing, cut it from here, paste it over here, and there you go. Yep. Now we can pass the component over here so that we can just get rid of all of these. Same goes with DOM, right? So we can have an initial DOM, right? and that's not empty, so that has like this root thing. And now what we can do is we can say initial DOM over here. So there you go. Then we have active element, which is root initially, which is correct. And then we can define all these functions, maybe not over here. So, oh, I think I got the issue why it is happening. Oh, this is like we have to use arrow function for this, because sometimes not using arrow function give, like, you cannot access this using arrow functions because the arrow function points to the current function and all these like weird issues happen. We'll fix that in a while, but get DOM HTML. Let's kind of fix this. How can we fix this? We can instead of doing something like this, we can do something like this, and we can make it like this. Yep. Let's do this for everything. This one as well. We'll make this a arrow function. This is stupid. JavaScript sometimes behave like stupid, like super stupid. Now, why will an arrow function and a non-arrow function behave differently? Like, you know, who the hell thought that this will be very interesting. Let's make arrow functions work differently from the non-arrow functions. Insane world of JavaScript, guys. Welcome to the insane world of JavaScript. This is who we are. JavaScript is insane. So, and you'll be getting insane bugs, bro, and you won't be even. Oh, what? Okay, I can't access this. What? Seriously? So webuild store. Genuine question. We can't access this, which is weird. Okay. So just let's do one thing. Let's so do we need to pass? Okay. Okay, let's go to Zustand and let's kind of see how to do this. Oh no. Would AI help us over here? Would AI help us? AI would help us. Chat.openai.co.in. Will AI help us? Let's see. Let's ask it a question. So, how to access Zustand store inside one of its own function? I guess this is how you do it. Right. Why can't I see any chats? I don't know. Are you guys saying something? No chat so far. Come on, do a hi. I'm thinking my chat is restore chat. Okay. Is the chat working? Come on. Can I see someone over here? No, I cannot see someone over here. Forget it. I think we have a quite good documentation for Zustand. Install Zustand, use Zustand, do something like this. You have a set, you have a state. Oh, so in the set function, you get state as a callback. Oh, that is interesting. So that means, okay, but we don't want to set it, do we? Hi Vikas, what's up? How are you? My chat is working. You confirmed. Thanks a lot for that. So that means convert to HTML. But how to? Okay. Wait. I have an idea. Okay. So what we can do is we can just say return set, and then I'll get a previous state, right? And then but I want to return stuff from that. Oh, but I have an idea. Why would we even do this like this? Yes. Why would we? We should not do it like this. This is stupid. Add element, remove element makes sense, but get DOM element by ID doesn't make sense, because we can directly use this over there, right, as a utility function. We don't need to specify it in the Zustand store. So this doesn't make sense. and get DOM HTML doesn't make sense. Yeah, so add element DOM, giving it the DOM makes sense, but add element, wait, add, so this returns, this is not how it should be done. So now this return a set function which has the previous state in it, I guess, right? And this previous state kind of like have a DOM, which this is how we should do it instead of the stupidity we were doing before. But why are you angry at me? Don't do that. Okay, let's forget this one. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to return a set, and that will be we'll be getting the previous state or like current state over here, right? And then what we can do is we can pass the DOM over here, and then okay, and then add to vdom, and then we can pass state.vdom and whatever these things. I think, okay, this modifies the DOM directly, it doesn't return it, which is kind of weird. Okay, how are we gonna handle that? Okay, I have an idea. Don't worry guys, we'll definitely get it. Okay, so we can do it like this, and we don't want to add it to the parent first of all. Bro, I just hate this thing. Should we even build this like this? I mean, just asking. Can't we, as because we don't we don't want the excess of the DOM in like throughout our tree. I think we could create a custom, like we can create a custom hook which manages all these things, right? Yeah, that would be a better thing to do. Yeah, let's do it. Use DOM store, use DOM, like, right? Very simple stuff. This is a custom hook, right? And let's say we create a store called DOM over here, DOM and set DOM, right? And then we say use state DOM state element, right? It's an array of DOM state element. And then what we can do is we can just have an active element, and it could be null, and then it could be two things, either null or string, right? There you go. And then we could have other stuff like what other stuff do I need? We can have like active properties, right? Set active properties, right? And then I can say use state, it could be again null, or it could be what is the type of properties? Let's see. So we have this is the content, and this is the DOM, and then this is what style looks like, styles and attributes. So we can say props, right? So this will be like interface props, t props, let's call it t props. And then what we can do is we can just take this thing, and we can pass this over here. No, that's not what I want to do. That's more of what I want to do. No, that's also not what I want to do. I want to do VAB. I'm just done with this. What is this? Okay, I can write this from scratch faster than so let's say k is a string which has a value of string, and then what I can do is I can just get rid of this, and I can say t props, right? T props, there you go. And then this enables us to basically store an array of t props array, right? That will help us to have active element properties, right? And what else do we need? Do we need anything else? Yes, we can definitely have that function. We can have add element. What do we need in the term of element? I think we would need some kind of component, right? So we'll say component, which will be of type component, right? And then it will be like parent id, right? Which parent do you want to add it to, and that's pretty much it. And now I guess we can do this. Is, by the way, what the AI has written is incorrect. So only I want this part, because what this is showing is this only adding it to the parent DOM, right? It's not adding it like to the, yeah, it's not adding it to that. So I think we already have a const new. We need to write let's write these functions from scratch, bro. I hate that modification, like, you know, for pass by reference and then modifying that reference, and then, you know, managing that is like yuck. So what we'll do is we'll just write DOM functions again by that returns us the new DOM, rather than, you know, modifying the reference. So yeah, let's try to do that. So let's delete this. This is the DOM, right? And this is what we were writing. So let's write the new util function. So let's call it DOM utils. I am pretty sure we have this one. So we'll say DOM utils, right? And then we are not using this function anywhere, so that's kind of fine. Const also let's create a new file called types.ts, right? And then store all the types over there. Yeah, let's have all of these things. Oh, there's components. Okay, so these are the interfaces. So let's have all the interfaces in the types, right? And let's export all of them. So export this one, export this one. We'll have to, of course, import Lucid icon, right? There you go. So, and export this one as well, right? And now what we can do is we can just import all these things. There you go. That's kind of fine. Okay, we are not using this, that's why this is angry. So that's pretty much okay. So the initial state for this, our DOM, will be initial DOM, and for active element it's not going to be anything, because we're gonna see what we can do regarding that. And then active properties, it's again not gonna be, it's gonna be null. Yeah, so tprops we'll have to import. So let's import tprops, and then what we can do is we can just pass null over here. So initially it will be null. Great stuff. Okay, so let's return things from here. So we'll return DOM, we'll return active DOM, we'll return, yeah, all these stuff. Okay, now what we can do is we can set active ID, and we pass the ID and all. So we can write a use effect over here that that sets it to default, like yeah, right? So we can set set DOM to, like, no, we don't want to do that. Set active element ID to root, because initially we want to make it root, and then whatever you want, so you can set it to whatever you want. And then there's a add element, and this is the new element we have to add. So we have to write a function to do this. So let's quickly do that. So we have to write a recursive function to do this, so that will be interesting. Add to DOM, and this accepts a DOM, initial DOM, and then I don't know what the hell this is doing. Add to DOM. If the parent ID is this, then return children with all the before children and the element. Otherwise, just return add to DOM and then recursively just keep going. Right? It doesn't implicitly has return type any. Is it? Is it? Is it? Is it? I don't think so. Wait, hold on. We don't need to do this like this way. We can just say set DOM. But we'll have to write this function. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. So add to DOM is there. Now what we can do is we can just say set DOM add to DOM parent ID. Yeah, makes sense. So that kind of does our work. So then we have this D. It says function implicitly has the type any because it does not have a return type annotation. So the return type is simply DOM. It's array of I don't know, DOM state element. It's pretty simple. Yeah. So then there's a function to add it to the DOM, and then here you set it to the DOM. So and then here is you set active properties, right? So whenever the active element changes, so let's write a use effect for this. So whenever the active element ID, what active element, it should be active element ID rather than active element, I guess. First of all, viw function f2, and then we'll add an ID to this. Thank you. And then the same thing goes with this. So we'll say function f2 and then ID to this. Great stuff. Now after this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be doing, whenever the active element changes, we'll find the properties of that. So all these functions, add to DOM is like, no, it's not required, but some of the other functions, like, you know, like we can just const find element from DOM, right? We can just do it like this over here. What is this? Find element, it goes through the DOM and the ID, and then so what does it return? It returns DOM element state, whatever, like DOM state element. Or undefined. Yeah, now it makes sense. Correct. So active element ID, so it's just thinking what is the active element ID. It says so is the act, okay, it's any ID. In fact, it's not only active element ID, right? There you go. Find element for the DOM, and then okay, so you are trying to find the element from the DOM here, which is cool. Now, you know, this will help us over here actually. So what is wrong over here, man? Set active element ID. Oh, so this is stupid. Okay, so instead of yeah, we can, that's already declared over there. Makes sense. Find element from DOM, and I'm not using it, so that's why this is angry at me. So let's use it. So active element is equal to find element from DOM, active element ID, right? It cannot be undefined, I get it. So if there is no active element ID, then return. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, it will kind of merge the attributes and the styles. Yeah. So what do we want to do is we want to say active element dot props dot style, comma, active element dot props dot attribute. What happened, bro? What happened? T props must be T props must be an iterator element. What the? It's just an array of T props, bro. What do you mean? Even like I think this is stupid to have this as like separate things. Let's have all the properties, whether style or attributes, be on the same, like, we should not do it that way. uh let's have a separate type for props. Yeah, let's have a separate type for props. Export interface props t props. No, t props t, it shouldn't be t props, it's t props element, right? And then the t props will be something like this, which will be like style t props element and attribute t props. Why will that be a question mark? Come on, let it be. Both can be a question mark, I guess. There couldn't be any style for few elements like br and all. I don't know, does br have styles? Just let me know, okay? So now what we can do is VABX, I don't know, VABX, and then we can say t props, right? And then we can go over here, and then this is not an issue now because I can say active element dot props. Bro, this is correct. What do you mean? Argument type t props is not assignment to the argument type null. Okay, so this could be null. Okay, that's what you're saying, right? So I can say if this both should be there, so this should be there and the prop should be also there. Prop should not be equal to null. Now let me. So it's array of t. Oh, it's not. It shouldn't be array of t props. Makes sense. So I think we don't even need this one. Yeah. Right. So it depends on the active element ID. Find element from DOM. It depends on that also. So yeah. So if we are so I don't know. So we can block scope finder use before its declaration. Okay, so I'll declare it before. Chalo, let's declare all the functions over here. And then I must have left a C over here. Yeah, makes sense. So now this is angry at me saying change on every render, make it inside use effect callback, early effect. Use callback is good. Yeah, that makes sense. So let's take the entire function, wrap it inside a use callback, and let's pass the function over here. And now in the dependency, I have just the DOM as dependency, I guess. Yeah. I'm just doing something stupid over here. No. Okay. So let's cut this and then get rid of this things and then use callback and then kind of like, I think I can pass that one. I can, yeah. I'm doing something very wrong. Yeah, that's more of correct. And then I could have an ID as a string over here, which we need. Yeah, so use callback is just angry at us because we haven't passed the second dependency, which is an array, and it should have DOM and then, yeah, there you go. That's more of how you should use it. find element for that. Use DOM will be exported by default, I guess, over here. Yeah. What else is there? What else is there? So we have used it. Looks about correct. Let's use this. Components. Oh, we do need components as well. Makes sense. I think components and the set part we don't need right now. So yeah. You are working somewhere? Yes, Kiran Goswami. I don't know. Goswami. I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But yes, I'm working. Components. What are you saying? What are you saying? Logs or components used before. Oh, so it should be. Oh, the name is problem. Okay, I can call it initial component. I don't know why would that be even a state. That shouldn't be even a state. That shouldn't be in a state. Like components, we are not modifying dynamically, right? So let's directly export this, right? So this should be a constant, right? That shouldn't be a state. Why would we even handle the complexities of component? Yeah, that makes sense. Let's go to the sidebar and data science is a good career. Yes, bro. Data science is not a good, it's a great career. Amazing career. What do you want to do next? Sidebar. Let's get rid of all of these things. We don't need components from here. We need initial components from here. There you go. We don't need any of these things. We can just use DOM directly like that, right? And then we have a lot of stuff there. Why is it an array, first of all? Oh, we are exporting this as an array. I don't want to export this as an array, first of all. I want to export this as an object. Now I'll get auto completion for this. Yeah, that's what I want. Add element. And add element accepts several things. So it accepts active element ID, which it doesn't have. So it says it could be null or something like that. So active element should not be null. Let's make like wherever, like where was the active? Let's make it not null. Like it cannot be null. By default also it's root. There's always, it can be null as well. Like come on. Yeah, it's kind of valid point. Okay, so now what I can do is I can just have a check that if active element ID is present, which is it's not null, then only do this. Otherwise, I don't know, for now log an error. Otherwise in the future we can even show a notification like in upcoming years. That's true. No active element, makes sense. Okay, so cool. This looks kind of good. Let me drink some water. Water is very important for life. So use DOM. I just really like this idea of like using a custom hook for handling complex states. I love this idea. Okay. So now let's see what we have achieved so far. So if I click a button, I think that worked. What are the chances that worked? I can directly have the access to the DOM. I can console log the DOM, right? There you go. We have length 0, element 0, button. Okay, that's cool. And then we have a children. Yeah, there you go. That's working as expected. That's kind of great. Okay, so that's working as expected. So that means our DOM is working kind of fine. Okay, great. Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay, so next thing what we have to do is, but hold on. How will I? That's not good. So I'm using use state, right? Use DOM. But how will I access the DOM? So I'll have to create a context out of this and keep it on the top level and then kind of distribute it along, like among all the components. I think that's the way to go. We'll see how to do it. Return type of use DOM. Return type of use DOM. Like it could be this, or it could be null, right? Or it could be undefined, right? Cool. That's what we want. Wait, are we? Yeah. So now what we can do is we can just set DOM context.provider. Are we using use DOM over here? No, right? So we can say context or like value use DOM. Oh, wait, hold on. Instead of even doing this, I have an idea, right? What we can do is we can just say no undefined. The default value is use DOM. No. We can't do that. Right. Create context is angry at us. I don't know why. It's saying expected 1 but got 0. So yeah, it's undefined. I've told you, like, right? There you go. So through this context, I think I can access this DOM throughout the tree, right? So probably I can. Oh, I don't need it over here right now. But over here, instead of using this, instead of using this, I can say like, okay, I want to use context, but do we have it exported? No, we don't have it exported. Let's export this one, and then what we can do is we can pass the DOM context, whatever, like, yeah, this one. So I don't know why what happened to you. It's not totally. So what do we have? Or undefined. Oh, it's can be undefined. I get it. If no DOM, then return null. Yeah, great. Okay, so we have kind of like, we have created a way to globally access our DOM. So let's continue and build other stuff. So let's try to render whatever we have added to our DOM in this place by adding an iframe and all stuff like that. So for that, what we can do is we have a sidebar, right? We can create a body for this. So let's create a different component for this. So in the src, what we can do is we can just say body or like builder or like, I don't know what, view.tsx. Yeah, that's a better name. So I can say const view. This could be react fc. Right, it could be view Great. So yeah, so just to like make sure it is how we want, what we can do is we can just go over here, view, and we can say width, flex grow height full bg green 200. Like, is it even working? It is coming somewhere else. Wait, what happened? Why is this over here? I don't know. Why is nothing makes sense right now. Okay, so we have view over here, and we can go to the view. Wait, what? This is not the view we want. Okay, this is the view from Lucid Icon. We want a view from this particular place. Okay, great. Oh, we have it green, but we don't have it how we want it to be. So this is actually flex, and now this makes sense. Yeah, there you go. That's how we want it to be. We'll have properties panel in a while, but let's kind of like render in our view first. So what we'll do is we'll just we'll create an iframe, and like I think there was something in the data version 1. Let's go. I don't know how did I do it in the data version 1. So there should be an iframe, I guess. Yeah, it's a src doc, right? So we can take src doc. So for that we'll have to like go over here, and we have to like say dom is equal to use context, dom context, and we'll have to give a check whether this dom is available to us or not. If this is not, we'll return null. If this is available, then wait, then we can restructure this dom, and we can say and we can easily take the dom. No, not dom. Oh, that's something we haven't created yet. Okay, where is our use dom, or like dom, or like I don't know, we build store, yeah, something like that. Yeah, great. So we could have like an html, set html, right? So we can have like a set html, and you can say use state string. Yeah, and then what we can do is we can actually write a function called, so whenever, okay, so we'll have to write a use effect that whenever our DOM changes, it kind of like updates our HTML. So use effect, and then what we want to do is we want to be able to set now get HTML is equal to HTML. I think we have the function in the DOM which like converts it to the find and modify DOM in the prop, and then add to vdom, and then there was like extra convert to HTML. That's the function we need. So let's copy this from here. If you want to know how I have written that function, you can watch some previous video like on webuild, and you'll get it. Where is the webuild store? I just hate the name of this file. I'll probably change this in a little bit, but for now let's go over here. Right, so it's just angry at me that you can't do this because you can't do this. So this is angry at me for saying HTML plus equal to the component element, whatever the element is, and then it gives that ID to this, and then the style is basically, can we create a different style sheet? That's what I was thinking. Like, having the style directly in the HTML kind of like ruins the experience, and the file which is created is not that good. So we'll have to do something regarding that. Should we rewrite our this function, like in a little bit better way. Yep, let's do that. Keys, props. T prop element undefined is not a type object. So let's say as object. This will also work as string. This could possibly be undefined. What could be undefined? So object could possibly be undefined parameter DOM state. I'll fix this issue. So what we have to do is we have to in the types, in the types you can see styles is optional, right? So what we can do is we can just make this like mandatory, and then we can go over here, and then this will give us few issues over here because there is no attributes, so we need to give it attributes. Same thing goes over here. Wait. Hold on, you just hold on for a second. We don't even need to do this as an object. I think this kind of like makes sense. We don't need to export this because yeah, things make sense now. So props, the attributes will also be there. Yeah, cool. So now what we can do is we can just write a use effect over here. So what will this use effect be? This use effect will be HTML. Does the HTML contains the body and all? Not sure. It does not, I think so. I'll have to like, it contains the body, but so we'll have to do like whenever the DOM changes or VDOM changes. I don't know what are the dependencies. Convert to HTML and DOM. Yeah. Great stuff. So this is also the same issue. We'll have to wrap this in a callback function. So we'll have to, oh, there's something wrong. So we'll have to wrap this inside use callback. And we'll have to define all the dependencies over here, but that's kind of fine. Yep. What happened with this? I don't know. We did something wrong with this. I don't know. Hey Raj Thakur, what's up? How are you? How is life? How are you doing? So this is the thing which converts our DOM into HTML. The next thing what we want to do is we want to pass it. There's no dependency, so it doesn't make sense to pass anything. We can just export the HTML from here, and in the view, I guess that was something which I called it. Yeah, we can export the HTML and we can directly pass it as src doc as HTML. Dope. Is it even showing up? I don't know. Oh, we have buttons. You can see there is buttons, right? You can see. Oh, it's working. What the first success? Love it. Okay, so let's so first of all, this button, whatever this is, too boring, so let's give it some initial styling in the constants, I guess. First of all, I hate this file name, so let's say use DOM. Yes, updated everywhere. Okay, so now next thing, what I want to do is I want to basically have some initial stuff in the button. So I can have like some props, I think. What can I have? I cannot have props, seriously. Oh, this is makes sense. So I could have like a, yeah, I could have initial props which could be there. Right. And then I could pass some initial props to this. For now, the style, let's keep them all empty right now. Like, let's first get rid of all these errors. Okay, cool. So now this is not handled in add props, so this wouldn't be like expressed right away. So instead of doing this, what we can do is we can just take the component and we can say initial props. There you go. This would work now. So what I can do is now is in the button I can say, in the attribute I can say no, in the style I can say this. This is insane. Can I I have a question for them though. Can what is this rendering over here? So how are we even handling the content? uh in the HTML generation, this is how we generate HTML, right? Oh, so it's children or directly the content, right? So we have a content, so we can fill it with some initial content as well, right? So we can say click me or something like that, like button, I don't know, button, something like that, and it doesn't have initial content thing. So because this is optional, we can actually pass this over here. So we can say initial content, right? Not over here, by the way. So where's the content like this? We can pass it in the in the in the so we can say content is like my, or like click me, something like that. Yeah. So this should now add buttons, which should be click me. I don't know. This is not even button. I don't know what this is. I don't want any styles, by the way. Oh, I'm not handling that content over there. Makes sense. So in the add element, here, I have to say content and then like this. So I can say button. Great. I'm able to add buttons. Amazing. We have some success. We'll have more soon, I guess. Let's remove this white color, or green color, I mean. Where's view? I don't know. We don't need this green. Cool. Next thing what we want is, by the way, you can add anything. You can add an input. You can see there's an input works. You can add a text, that also works. Cool. Next thing, we want a mechanism to select stuff. Like we want the ability to select stuff in the DOM. So let's try to do that. This is not what we did. So this is v2. Yeah, there you go. So if there's an active element, what we want to do is we want to have an overlay, right? So we want to have an overlay over iframe, and that overlay would basically depict whatever is selected, and everything about it, right? So that's how we want it to be. So we can do that by so we can say active overlay. We can have like a different, like active overlay, something like that. Active element overlay. Right, set active element. I think first of all, we need, for internal use, we need to do like, what do you say? We need to know the iframe XYZ, whatever that, like, all the constraints about that. So we need an iframe ref, I guess. So we need an that's what we need, right? And we want to just give the ability to set it, or like, pass it the ref. Like, there's no set ref, right? I mean, you don't use state for ref, right? You use ref, right? But I'll be back from washroom. Give me 2 minutes. Great to see you, brother. Great to see you as well, Dipesh. Dipesh Dev. Let's try it. Right now, the problem is, I'll just explain the problem, okay? You guys could recommend some solution or some interesting way to solve it, but I have to close my door. Hold on. The problem is that we have the ability to add elements to the DOM, right? So we can go and add like a lot of buttons like that, right? We can do that. By the way, there's still a bug which I need to solve. Hold on. But we don't have an element. We don't have an idea like to select an element, right? It's like selection is still not something we have the ability to do, right? So we'll have to do something about that. That's better. Yeah. We don't have an ability to select elements and do all those kind of stuff. Also, let's increase the amount of components we have. So let's go to use DOM and let's have other components as well. So we have this one. We could have like an H1, I guess. We don't have that. So we could have an ID. We can call it UID, and we can have like name as like heading, right? And then we can have element name. Icon could be like H1. I don't know. Heading one. Oh, we have H1. That's insane. Great. So then after that, what we want is we want the element name to be H1, and then content to be your heading, right? Something like that, so that you can at least see something. The initial prop will be nothing, right? So we have a heading right now, right? So we can pass probably the heading, so you can see the heading, right? Great stuff. You could add several more headings. You could add several more buttons. Amazing. So what's next? The ability to select element. is something which I want to do next, but I don't know how to do it. Okay, but how can I have JavaScript? How can I have I think I can do it using iframe. Let's see. I want the DOM access of the iframe like in the React app, if that makes sense. Right, so let's go to the view.tsx, and we have the iframe whatever, like we haven't exported that, right? So yeah, use DOM. So let's quickly go and let's export that. Iframe ref, right? That's great. So first of all, I want the view to be here. Yeah, great. So I want I want the iframe ref, and I just said like this iframe ref, and then what I can do is I can just pass this ref over here, and I can say ref, and I can say iframe ref, right? Great. So now what we can do is we'll have the access to the iframe in the use DOM, right? Great. Now after that, what we can do is we can let's figure out, let's think about the move, like, you know, resizing and getting the, you know, having the iframe moved, that problem later on. Let's kind of like have an overlay and show it, right? So let's do that. So so let's have a div. This will be the overlay which indicates the active element. Let's have a border, maybe border 2, border black, and then like some width and height. Oh, we can, okay, great. So width will be like, I don't know, 100 pixel. Height will be like 100 pixel again, right? I don't know why can't we see this, but this is how it is, right? This is how the active element will look like. So now how will we basically do it? So it will be relative over here, and then this could be absolute, right? I'll explain my approach in a while, but you know this, and then what we can just say is like top 0, left 0. So this will be going over here, right? And now what we can do is we can set the position of this rectangle to whatever you click on the DOM, right? Great stuff. Okay, let's do it. Then technically we would like to have the overlay ref as well, because yeah, we would like to have overlay ref as well. So iframe ref, and then overlay ref, use ref, right? HTML div element or null. This will be null by default. Great. And then what we can do is we can just export overlay ref, right? Similarly, we can go over here, we can simply have the overlay ref over here. Yeah, and we can pass that ref over here. So we can say ref overlay ref. Great. So we have passed the iframe ref and the overlay ref. So right now you can add these things. Right now what I want is, if you click on this rectangle should kind of like cover this, you know, show that this is active and something like that. Now why can't I directly do it in iframe? Because hey bro, just this side, kahan the aap? Bro was busy with a lot of stuff, but I'm back now, so that's good. I wasn't here for a lot of parts, so I didn't had this setup to stream code, record anything. I was traveling actually. Okay, so now how do we want to do this? First of all, let's have like 0 padding, 0 something like that. Okay, I hope so that is the case. Lots of stuff, as in startup. Yeah bro, I actually am coding a startup right now. That is private, that's not public, but can you teach backend? Yeah, bro, I can definitely teach backend. What do you want to learn? If you could suggest few things, I can definitely do that. Okay, so let's have image. I love images, so yeah, whatever. Let's have an image element as well available to us over here. ID, UID, and then name is image. I can image, and then I can simply say img initial prop nothing. Cool. Why can't I see images? Oh, because I don't have SRC and width height. Get it. Makes sense. So will that work? I don't know. Should work. Oh, that works. That works. Node.js, Postgres, Next, Nest, and Java Spring Boot. All right, bro. Keep up the work. All the best. Yes. For your exam. The punch for the most important DB. I actually have a lot of tutorial regarding DB, especially Postgres as well. So Dipesh, if you look into that, I probably create like I would create more detailed one, but I already have like, if you see like hiring series, I think that there I did a full Prisma tutorial where like I explained how to interact with a Postgres database and how to go about it. So you can definitely look into that. We have some images. Great. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's collapse this. Okay. So let's get into serious stuff now. No more ignoring this one. Okay, so we have iframe ref, and then what we want is what do we want over here, right? Thanks. Amazing. Thanks Dipesh to you as well. Amazing. You're learning something. That's kind of good. Okay, so now what we want to do is whenever whatever is the active element currently, we want to first let's have the active element like marked. Like how will you do that? So dot current, so const iframe is equal to dot current. So if there's no iframe, no, if there is an iframe, then do these stuff. Iframe dot content window question mark dot document dot on. I can have anything, right? So on dot elements dot get element. What do you mean by get selection? What does that do? Document get selection. Oh, so it's got it. Get selection is text selection. Okay. So owner document and then parent and then pretend query selector all. HTML select everything and side body. Oh, that's star operator. That's how you do it. Okay. What is webuild? Aryan. Oh, so Aryan, webuild is actually, I'm creating a project where you can create websites. So you can create like any website of like whatever UI you want, using these components. So you can drag and drop these components to wherever you want. If you know what Webflow is, that's exactly something similar which I'm kind of like trying to build. Webflow. Do you know what Webflow is, by the way? This is the Webflow. You can create websites. I'm trying to build something similar. So you can drag and drop stuff and you can build stuff. Yeah. Okay. So iframe windows document current, okay, dot query selector all, and then I can say all, right? Dot for each now. Const elements. Cool idea. Thanks. For each is a function, really? Yeah, I want to prevent default, stop propagation. Yeah, that's what we want. But can we have like no, we don't want to do that. So we want to just log the ID. Let's see, like can we do that or not? Log the ID. There you go. Great. So probably if I add a couple of this and then I click on this, it doesn't work. It does not work. Next.js stack. No, it's normal React, bro. It's normal React. Normal Vite React. Okay, so it is not working. That means, are they going over here? Test. Yeah, it is going over there. So it can't find that. Do we have elements? Initially, we don't have elements. Okay, so this has to be done whenever there's an element added or removed, because initially express b, next.js express b. There's no backend right now. I'm just building the front end right now. There's no backend. I'm just building the mechanism to drag and drop and build the website, right? Then we'll think about the backend later on, maybe. And then what we want to do is we want to, like, whenever there's an add element, whenever there's a change in the DOM, right? We just want to have this. No, we just want to do this, right? But before doing this, okay. Element dot remove event listener. Click. The previous one, will that be gone or will that still exist? I don't know. Should be working, I guess. So log elements. I guess there shouldn't be any elements. So we have node element. We have HTML head and body. So I want to select inside the body. So what this will be? This is empty, right? Makes sense. So it's an empty right now. Then what I do is I just add an image that still gives me empty. That's insane. Okay. Why is that empty right now? Oh, there you go. That gives me a few buttons with these IDs, which is amazing. And if I click them, how should I handle this? How should I handle selection? So for each, is that a function even elements available to us? I don't know. Should be available. Oh, for each is a function available to us. So we were logging elements, right? I guess we were logging element ID. So we add couple of buttons and we have the IDs. Amazing. Now element dot can we do it a little bit differently? So element dot on click element dot on click. First of all, what is elements? Dot add event listener, and then we have full screen change, full screen error. How can we add an on click listener to an thing inside an iframe? How to add an event listener to something inside of an iframe? Not to iframe, something which is inside iframe. How can I do that? Oh, it works like that. Can I do the content something like that? What it told to me to do? So if you say iframe dot whatever, like iframe dot content window dot document dot body dot on mouse, I don't know, on mouse down, on mouse up, on mouse down. Yeah, this one, on mouse down. Let's say log worked. Why does it? Okay, I don't know. Okay, so what does the open thing does? Opens a new window and loads the document specific to another. We don't want to do that. I say iframe dot content window dot on click, not conflict. I cannot do that, right? So can I do like dot document dot body dot on click log works? It's just angry at me. The left hand side might be optional, right? So I'll just do like if yeah, now this is not optional, right? Like now this is, yeah. So if I just, I think this overlay is doing something fishy. Why is it not working? It's still not working. So it works 100%. It works, but let's not have that. That shouldn't be the issue, I guess. Wait, hold on. Let's do one thing for now. Let's not have this. Let's comment this and let's see what happens. Let's add few buttons. No click event, it's not working. So let's log this body and let's see what we got. What do we get? Do we even have, we have a body tag? That's good. So find element or like whatever. So we can say elements is equal to iframe document dot body dot like dot query selector all select everything and log the elements. So let's see what we get. So we get all these. Can we set like element at 0 dot style for do we still have, no, we don't have it. It's one element delayed. I don't know why. It says two image elements, but we have three. No, it is, oh, it's two, but we have three of them. So if I add more, we have five. It shows four, which is kind of weird. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's what should we do? Element dot on, click on full screen. We don't have any other, or like, do we have on click? I don't know. We should be having that. Yeah. So if you have several buttons, on click doesn't work here. Just let's go to the properties. Like, I just don't want to do this stuff right now. Let's go to the properties. Let's build the properties and then we'll think about this active element thing. Let's go to the properties, right? Active element is hard. Okay, so we can keep this commented out and we can come to this later on. So let's go to the properties panel and let's quickly build that. Once we have the properties, we can delete the previous editor. So components, and the next component we want is properties.tsx. Also, one more thing, why the view is here, we should be here. Move this, yes, there you go. So okay, so we have the properties panel. Let's see, const properties is basically a React FC, right? I can say RFCE and I can say, oh, that was correct. Yeah, okay, so I can say h1 properties, right? And then I can go to my, I don't know, app.tsx, right? And I can oh, like, I'd have to go to editor, and then I can have like my properties panel over here, right? I can go to my properties panel and I can just have some width. So class width is something like, 200 pixel. That's a lot. That's a lot of width for so it's at like 100 something, like 80 pixel. That's cool. Yeah. And then what we can do is we can have some border. So we can say border border left, border gray 200. My eyes are hurting for some reason. Okay, so we have that border now, and then what we can do is we can just have some text. So text, I don't know, h1, h1, h2. How did we do that in the components, or like in the sidebar? However we did there, I just want to keep it consistent. So yeah, there you go. So let's say this is properties, right? We have properties, amazing stuff. Next thing what we want to do is we want to show all the properties below this. So let's quickly do that. That we can do by saying this, and then no, not like that. So I mean, like, DOM is equal to use context, DOM context, right? If there is no DOM, return null. There you go. And then you have something out of DOM, which is properties, active. Do we have anything related to properties? Yeah, active properties. Great. So we have active properties, and we just have to use it. For now, just like, let's get like active properties. Null2. There you go. So we currently do not have any properties. We have style null and something like that. So yeah. So let's do one thing for now, right? Let's set whatever the last element added as an active element, right? So at least we can do that. So that helps us to go ahead at least a little bit. So whatever the last element added, where's the add element? Where is add element? Where have you written add element? Great. So after adding the element, set dom. So what you want to say, set active element ID in your element.id. Yeah, there you go. And whenever the new element, whenever the active ID is modified, I guess we are setting the properties, right? Whenever the, where is that use effect? Whenever the active ID is modified, we are setting that property by find element from DOM. Yeah. So if I add few of these, you can see the the properties over here. They are rendered. They are there pretty much how we want, right? So next thing what we want to do is we want to render this properly, and then we want to apply those properties, change in properties to these elements, right? So yeah, rendering this shouldn't be that hard, I guess. So it will be in two sections. First is the content, right? So content is pretty simple. I think let's have one thing. Let's create like a function. Let's create a const property field, right? Like that. That kind of returns and div and input, right? Like that. And we can do other stuff in a while, but let's do this like first. So we can say, we can have it in div, and we can say property field, right? And you can't see anything, I'm pretty sure, because there is something, but you can't see it. Yes, that is invisible. Okay, so now we need few things. So let's input props. So we'll call it HTML. Let's say input props, and we can say HTML input element, HTML props, and then HTML input element. I guess that's how you do it. Yeah. And then what you can do is you can actually pass all those input props to this, and then we could have the type text in the before this, so that you know, if you want to override these default properties, you can override these input props. By the way, this is not required, so it's optional if you want to give it or not. So it's quite optional, and by default this is this. Great. So I can actually pass some of the stuff. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll just make some class name thing. So how would we like our properties to be? So I am not sure about this one. Border gray 200, I guess. Padding 2, text LG. Oh, that's too big. That's giant, I guess. Also, I just hate that, you know, when you active whatever that thing was. So active outline none. That's what we want. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Outline null, not active. Like just outline null. Yeah, that's cool. That's what we want. Also, we want a little bit of padding from the top. I think we should have that. Okay, so we'll have another thing over here, which will be title, which will be kind of like required because everything has a title. So this should also have a title, so I can give it a title, and this time this should be the title should be content, right? There you go. So whatever title you pass will be over here, and title, right? Okay, what happened? There you go. It's just angry at me. Cannot find title. This is title, bro. Okay, we haven't. There you go. So that's content, and next thing what we can do is we can give some amount of padding to the entire thing. So that looks kind of like good. I don't know why is my input going like completely insane, but I think doing width will fix the issue. Yeah, there you go. And also the padding, I don't agree with this. So padding X should be 2. but padding y should be 1, I guess. Yeah, cool. So it's quite big. Also, I don't think so we need padding, so even if we don't give padding, it's kind of fine. Yeah. Also, this should be labeled rather than like what we have right now. And then what we can do is we can just use some ID, and you can use some, what is it? Is it ID? Yeah, it's ID. Use key, use ID. Yeah. And then what I can do is I can give some for HTML for that particular ID, and then I can give this ID to this, ID. There you go. Cool. Also, I would like to style this label a little bit. So text XS, it should be really small. Good. And yep, that's pretty much it. So then next thing what one more thing we can do is we can just give it some like a little bit of grayish stuff. Yeah, that's looking better. Okay, so yep. And then you can give every other thing, like, you can give like an initial input, like whatever, like input props, and you can give it like placeholder and all this stuff. So you can say content, your heading, whatever, like that. Your content. Good. Also, I don't like that, we are giving this LG or something like that. I think that whatever is default is kind of good. Also, we can give it a little bit of padding, like 1, kind of makes it look good. At 100%, this looks like this. I think the properties panel should be a little bit bigger. So it can be like 200. It can be like 230. Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. So we have the content, and then we just have to dynamically create the fields now. That's the only thing which is left. Also, I would like to have some bottom border or that kind of stuff. So let's do that. Class border button, border gray 200, and padding y2. Padding y2. Yeah, great stuff. So also now, if we are doing that, then this padding 2 doesn't make sense. Then we'll have to put it inside the field property, right? So we have to do like padding 2, right? So yeah, this will like create a line between them, and that will make it look good. Okay, so we have content, right? Next thing what we need is also class border top, border 200, border gray 200. Great stuff. Okay, next thing what I want to do is I want to have a title below like all of these things. So we have a content, and then we'll have some other stuff. So this is all the styles. Can we have like an title for all these things? I don't know. We could have a title for all these things. So class border button, border gray 200, and then we can have like padding 2, text LG. Right, so we can say this is whatever we are rendering, this is all the attributes, right? This is, yeah, so all the attributes are here. First of all, we'll not make it LG. I just, for some reason, I just don't like stuff too big. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, then below this we'll be rendering all the attributes. So let's quickly do that. Active element dot attributes dot map. I think we don't need to do that like that. So object dot map key value. Why are we doing this like this? I think this is how you do it. No, this is how you do it. Yeah. And then yep, that kind of like broke the stuff. So we have key value, then we have a key, then we have a title, which is key, and then we have input prop. If you don't pass an input prop, that's kind of fine. Okay, wait. Map is not a function. Object dot map is not a function. That makes sense. Object dot increase, object dot First of all, we don't need to do it like this is not the way you do it. So you just say object dot entries, and then you can write the map stuff, or it's empty. There you go. We have 0 attributes present because we don't have any elements right now. Okay, so let's add few elements. We can't see anything. There's no attributes. That's kind of shocking. So let's always have that JSON dot stringify whatever this property comma null2. So we don't have it. That's insane. Why don't we have it? It was working, right? It was working just a little bit, like I don't know what happened now. Why is it not working? Why is the active property? There's nothing in the active property. I don't know. Oh, so that key. Oh, that's insane. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Why is this happening? Okay. Let's refresh this. Let's add a button, and we don't have any attributes. Oh, there is no attributes to the button. I think so. That's the reason. Yes. Buttons don't have any attributes right now. Okay. So let's do this for. Oh, we are doing this for styles, which is insane. It should be attributes because we want to render all the attributes first. So one more thing over here. So we need to take the value over here because value is kind of important, and it should be string. All the values will be a string. Yeah, that's at least the idea right now. And then what we can do is we can just give it the value over here. So yep, wait, so currently it's empty. Same goes with this. We can give it some value, which is a value. Wait, so a value without on change, a value without on change handler will read only field. Okay, so we need to give on change, but we'll take care of that later on. Like right now we don't. I mean, we want it, but we have to implement that in usedom. But let's first render this. Why is it not even appearing over here? Because the oh, there you go. There you go. Insane stuff. We have attributes present over here now. It's working. It's working. We have the attributes. You have even the values over here, which is pretty awesome. Yep. So now we have to think about the styles. So let's think about the styles. I think in a very similar fashion, we have to render the styles as well. There's nothing very different for this. So I just say styles, right? And then what I can do is I can just have that, whatever that was, like this one over here, and I can just call it styles. Yeah, there you go. So if there is nothing present, if the value is null, then it is like empty, right? So we can show this as empty. I don't know right now. How should we handle this? We'll think about this later on. So let's first add this, and we don't have any thing for this. So let's go to the view. Let's go to the usedom, and let's add few stuff here. So where is the initial? Yeah, initial DOM. We have this image. We have these styles. Let's add few styles. So yeah, whatever. Like let's not have it over here. And I don't know, padding 10 pixel, width, right? So let's have it like this. There you go. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Styles is also working kind of good. I don't see an issue with styles as well. Wait, now we just have to do like overflow scroll, because there is going to be a lot of styles. Also I have to see like how did I How did I do that thing? So I wrote a function over here somewhere in the DOM, somewhere in the index, in the editor one, which so let's go to the DOM dot. So in the initial DOM, where's the initial DOM state? Wait, I don't want that. So what do I want to do? I want to download I don't want to do that. At least for now, I don't want to do that. Here's the config. Yeah, this is kind of like what I want. So this is props style, and I was having some way to get all the styles, I guess, but I don't remember it right now. Did I actually wrote it in the styles? I think so. Utils. DOM util is just useless. I can delete this one as well right now, I guess. Yep. Let's take a break a little bit. We have these things, and this is to the box, but get all CSS props of a HTML element. Get computed style. What is this? What is get computed style? Get property value, so that you can get the property value of that particular element. That makes sense. And yeah, it's called get computed style. Okay, let's try this one. Let's try this one. How does it work? So if I go to, like, for example, if I wherever, like if I just log this over here, so it says get computed style, and then if I pass an element, like, you know, if I just say document dot create element, like div, right? Let's see what we get. We don't get anything, which is weird. Why is this not working? Get computed style for document dot create element. Call it div. Okay, we get this, which is exactly what we want. We can go to use DOM, and I guess we can just, instead of doing this whatever CSS thing we have, we're going to get computed style for button, right? No, not like that. I mean, we can say get document dot create element button as for now. Let's let's work with this. Let's see what we get. Oh my god, we did it. Okay, that's how you do it. So that's all the CSS properties we have of that particular element, but we have to make it draggable. First of all, we have to make it scrollable, not draggable. I'm sorry. So I'll just go to the properties panel and I'll just I've given some height to this, right? I'm pretty sure I would have given some height, heightful, and then overflow scroll. Why is everything scrolling? I don't know. So same problem I'm facing again, basically. Why is everything scrolling? I don't know. Why would everything scroll? Huh. So if I give a specific height, like, you know, like 300 pixels, something like that. So, and just get rid of this one. What will happen? It will happen like this. Okay, BG cream 500. It really helps me. Yeah, there you go. So if I just do overflow auto on this, and then I select a button, what will happen? This works perfectly fine, right? But if I just do height full, and then if I select a button, that doesn't work. That's insane. Screen. Uh, I want to filter only the CSS properties from that, so I don't want that accent, whatever that was. I don't want this accent color to be there. Let's refresh this. Let's try to fix this. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. So there's like this thing. Cool. And we have to fix the height. So what we can do is we can just VITX. No. Dev. Put it there. Put it there. Man. Just say BG Cree 100. Yeah, there you go. So I can say height full. And then I can say overflow Y hidden. So if I say hidden, then what will happen? That's cool. Cool. CSS is getting too irritating, bro. That's why sometimes I hate CSS. That's the reason. Let's ask AI. AI, just tell me what to do. Properties panel. There you go. Okay, we'll solve this CSS property maybe later on. So I'll stream again probably in the evening. For now, bye bye. Let's see ya. That's all. I hope so you can catch up. We'll finish this in the evening probably. I'll just fix the CSS. This is too irritating. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.